Hey guys, how's it going? And today I'm going to bring you another coaster review. But this one's going to be a bit different from the other ones because I'm doing a roller coaster that I have never talked about on this channel. Like never. And that roller coaster is... well, this sucks. Yep, that's right. Today I'm reviewing a family coaster. Because why not? And the family coaster is called... what? Pepsi Orange Streak? Okay. Like, was Pepsi looking for an advertisement and they're like, oh, how about a roller coaster? Cause, you know, Pepsi's better than Coke! Yeah, this name by far is probably one of the weirdest coaster names ever. Like, all the other coasters in this park have a great name. Like, I think Rock Bottom Plunge is a great name, Airbender is pretty good, and Fairly Odd Coaster, actually, that name sucks too. But Pepsi Orange Streak, that's such a weird name, like Pepsi Orange Streak? Can you imagine if your Pepsi was orange? What is this? To be fair, when the coaster opened, it was called Ripsaw, but it still had that Pepsi branding. I don't know why, but enough talking about the name, let's go to the actual roller coaster. Let's start with some stats. So this roller coaster is 60 feet tall, has a drop of 40 feet, and a top speed of 30 miles per hour. It also has a complete track length of 2,680 feet. And the coaster was made by Zero. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. So this Zero coaster was built in 1992. Alright, let's dive into the POV and I'm going to review it piece by piece. So after the lift hill, you turn into your first drop. This drop is very tame and it's really only there to get the roller coaster moving. And even for a family coaster, this drop still really isn't that great. Next up, we proceed into a couple of turns, and these turns aren't super intense, but it's very smooth. In fact, this whole coaster is very smooth. And these turns are still really nice because they're enjoyable and they give great views of the park. So these turns are pretty okay. And after that, all we really do is meander through the course and go under the supports of Fairly Odd Coaster, which is pretty nice. And this is my favorite part of the ride, the theming. This roller coaster interacts with the log chute, which I think is pretty cool. And the theming is basically about Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Box, so nothing too special, but still, it's awesome that this roller coaster goes through the mountain that the log chute rests on. It's amazing. After that comes a lift hill that brings us out of the mountain, and basically what this coaster does is repeats what it did before. So you basically drop into a very shallow drop, and you just basically curve and turn again, you turn again, and really all this is doing is giving great views of the park, which is still very well appreciated, but it still gets a little repetitive after a while, and at this point you're probably sick of it. I still think this roller coaster is very enjoyable, but it could have been a little bit more shorter, and I think that would have been great, especially because this coaster has one train ops. One train ops! Anyways, after all this, we finally hit the brake run to conclude our ride. So my final thoughts are, this roller coaster is a great family coaster. In fact, if you're a kid and you're looking to ride your first roller coaster, this would be a good place to start. This roller coaster is also very smooth, and I also love how it goes to the log chute. But with that said, why is this roller coaster called Pepsi Orange Streak when the theming is about Paul Bunyan? Like, this name does not make any sense. The only thing orange about this roller coaster is a train, but even still, this coaster should be called Ripsaw, but that's just my opinion. And probably the coaster's biggest flaws are the drops and the length. The drops are pretty shallow, and even for a family coaster, I could have expected a lot more. And the coaster's length, while it is nice to have views of the park, it's just simply too long. Like, you can literally sleep on this roller coaster. It's that tame. And don't worry, I still like long rides, it's just that when a roller coaster isn't super exciting to begin with, it gets kind of boring if it goes on forever. And yes, I know, this is a family coaster, but even other family coasters are a lot more exciting than this one. Like for instance, Pandemonium's and even Mad Mouse coasters. And even though I hate Mad Mouse coasters, at least they're kind of exciting. So my final rating will probably be a 5 out of 10. This coaster has some good qualities, such as being very smooth and going through the log chute. But with that being said, the cons kind of outweigh the pros. This coaster is very tame even for a family coaster, and it's kind of long to the point where it might get boring for some people. And the name really doesn't make any sense, so that's why it's kind of ranking so low for me. But of course, this is all just my opinion. So what do you think? Be sure to comment down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you're new here, I would totally recommend hitting that subscribe button. It helps out a lot and it'll be very well appreciated. But with that said, take it easy you guys, and I'll see you next time on North Star Coasters.